That's what makes it good.
Patrick Mahomes. Dylan Mahomes. Andre Kirilenko, AK-47. Andrew Callaway. Sean Cronin. Peter Groen. Peter Griffin. Joshua Peterman. Asia Pepe.
It's actually a soft B sound.
Soft. Oh, Pepe.
Yeah.
Connie Politi. Right, we're good. Yep.
Right. You all set? You ready
Red
to
lollies, yellow lollies.
Right, here we go. Welcome to week 16 of the closeout. It's a different one. Let's go.
16, Lauren, you got it?
No.
Try it.
No.
Please.
No.
Okay.
Well, do it.
1, 6. Easy.
Oh, right.
Anyway, James Lissaman, Community Basketball Manager.
Laurie.
Marty.
So Miles Toyota Men's Premier League, we had the last round of regular season action going on, which basically decided which teams would make it through to the playoffs. Atami, a win for them, they needed to do that to make it through. 87-81 over Pioneer with a 12-2 run in the
Did
fourth.
you play in that game?
We just were awful in the fourth quarter. Well done
So,
to Atami.
yes,
Yes,
you were playing in that game.
Well done, Atami.
They did close the gap to 1 twice, but Atami held on and won the game. Derek Albertson, 26 points. Patrick Roger, 22. And then Marty Davison, 27 points and 7 assists,
Marty.
so it's still pretty good. And Tom Webley,
Teammates
19.
not helping you out or what?
Tom Webley did,
yes,
19 and 7, but yeah, we'll leave it apart from that. Second game, UC versus Lincoln University. UC was locked into the number 1 seed. Lincoln definitely in the playoffs, but could have finished anywhere from 3rd to 6th. UC came away with a 2-point win, 86-84. Brent Fisher, 17 points. Josh Peterman, 15 points. And they're not quite 20, Ben Hall.
Oh, what a
19.
disappointment.
I know, it
this
is.
guy.
Still was averaging over 20, I'm sure.
I think so. And Jaden Chan also 19 points as well. So Lincoln feeling a bit confident just by dropping by 2 to the number 1 team in the competition, UC 86-84.
Awesome. My got 3 games this week. We have 1 catch-up game. Gators, first one, Gators against NC. Gators came away with a 71-63 win. Ben Carlisle-Smith with 15 points and 8 rebounds. Connor McLaughlin had 16 points, including a couple of 3-pointers. For North Canterbury, Tyson Silbury had 13 points and 7 rebounds, and Wade Parada with 12 points and 9 rebounds. So with Atami winning that game, and LU and NC losing, Wolverines would have made the playoffs with a win, but Checkers came in and had other ideas, playing the spoiler on Saturday. So Checkers ended up winning 95-79, probably one of their better games of the year, actually. Adam Morgan with 30 points. Sam Riley with 16, and for Wolverines, unfortunately couldn't quite get it done. Sam Smith had 28, and Andrew Callaway back in the lineup, ending up with 20. So that sort of set the standings for the remainder of the season. But we also did have that 1 deferred game during the week, which was our Pioneer team against Checkers. Ended up being sort of one of those midweek games on a Thursday night when it's not really part of their normal routine. But Pioneer came up. Winning 91-65.
So did you play in that game
Yes,
also?
yep, we had the win in that one.
Yeah, it was an important win for them. They obviously with people being away, including Marty, who's heading over to China soon, they can't have a strong team in
Why is he going to
quarterfinal.
Why is he going to China, James?
Just because he feels like it.
Yes.
Why are you going to China, Marty?
Just doing a bit of refereeing over there. Just
At
for
the-
a wee pre-season tournament before the World Cup. So excited for that. Should be good.
Yes, anyway, UC locked into the number 1 seed. You can see in the standings here. Pioneer with that win midweek put them into the number 2 spot, which means they're safe. Marty will be back in time for them to play in the semi-finals. Gators 3rd place, and then a 3-way tie for 4th. Lincoln, Atami and North Canterbury. Lincoln finishing the tiebreaks. So playoffs this week, Gators will take on North Canterbury, and then Lincoln and Atami will play losers. Season's done. Winners, you'll play UC or Pioneer the following week.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Excuse me 1 second. Back to our regularly scheduled program. Right, so Women's Prem, Miles Toyota Women's Prem, we had Lincoln University 66 over Hallswell 44. In parentheses here I've got in my run sheet, not close. But Connie Paletti with 24 and Rosalia with Samia with 14 for LU, and Lake and Waido for Hallswell with 16, but LU taking out the win there. Next game up I had to read it twice.
UC
UC with the big victory over Mean Minty's Mean, 60-53. I'm not even going to comment about how many players Minties might have had. Does anyone know?
I think
Bet?
it
I'm not
was.
sure. Oh,
I saw
6.
6 on the thing, but one
Okay.
of them was Jess Ling, who I'm pretty sure I've seen on crutches. So
Right. Okay, great. But in that game, Sasha Rose Pugh with 15 points and Lily Nicol with 11 for UC. And for Minties, we had Sarah Mason on 18 and Sammy Duggan, Yam Duggan, with 16 points. Final game of the day was North Canterbury and Wolverines. North Canterbury coming away with 72-52 victory. Also noted down here, not close on this. Ezra McGoldrick with 22 and Scylla Morris 16. Tessa Morrison for Wolves had 21 and Polly Hill had 10, and that wraps up the Miles Toyota Women's Prem.
very good. On to Marty's Minute for this week. So this week we're talking about screening or screens. So what is a screen, guys?
it's like where you get to clean someone out and they can't defend.
Trying to create an advantage by using your teammate's body
Oh,
to take
yes.
out a
Oh.
defender.
Very good. 2 very good definitions there. One better than the other. So a screen is an attempt to prevent an opponent without the ball getting to a spot on the court. So that's the long-winded version of what it means. So when we talk about screens, screens need to be, if a player is setting a screen, the player needs to be stationary when they set a screen. And they need to be inside their cylinder when they set a screen as well. So we've got 2 clips that are just from this little video that I found online about showing that when the screens are illegal. So illegal screens are when we are moving, when contact occurs. So we need to make sure we get stationary. And also, if we don't give sufficient distance when setting a screen outside the field of vision of an opponent. So if that is that's very wordy, but I'll break it down into simpler terms. So if the defender cannot see the screen, they must have have one step to be able to change direction. So if we talk about blind screens or screens that are set, they need to be set at least 1 meter away from the defensive player. So when we're refereeing, what we try to encourage is if we're watching the player with the ball and the defender, and we see a screen coming, we need to open up our vision to make sure that we can see that the screen is going to, when it comes, that it's going to be a legal screen. So it's going to be set properly and set correctly.
So, Marty, what would you say the biggest infraction of on-ball screen usage is in our region?
Yeah, I think sometimes people think it's always the screener's fault when they set an illegal screen, but quite often the point guard or the person with the ball,
don't wait.
They don't wait for the screen, and they end up going off the screen before the screen is actually set. And then all of a sudden there's big contact between the screener and the defender, and therefore the illegal screen happens. So I guess coaching standpoint, we can talk about making sure the person with the ball waits until the screen is set. And screening standpoint, make sure you get set and not move out of your cylinder when you are setting that screen. So.
It would also be quite interesting if someone had a lot of time to break down how many scores we get off of screen use versus how many screens are set.
Absolutely.
I'm going to say about a 9%.
Yes, you
Well,
got
Vlade Divac, I know he led the NBA in screen assist one year, and so
right.
massive
Stephen
contract
Adams, I think, has a very
Yes,
high rate
yes.
of that as well. So
Yes,
to be a good screener is a big
Yeah.
advantage for your team.
Yeah.
So.
Good to smash
NBA
people.
2K, easy way to get points.
Yeah, it's cool
So-
for that screen. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. That's Marty's minute.
Anyway, McDonald's Thompson and Whelan Trophy competition. We're up to the semi-final round this week. Last week, though, the big news was the New Zealand School of Broadcasting came and live
Yeah, it
streamed.
was really good.
Yeah, Rangi Ruru versus Middleton. You guys came out on top, so happy
Yes,
for
we
you
did.
guys. And then Christ College down by 21 came
I
all
know,
the way
I
back
left
and
at
beat
quarter
St.
time.
Thomas's.
It's like, I'm out, this is
Amazing
terrible.
comeback.
So yeah,
great.
some pretty awesome. Like to see the massive Sky TV truck there, all the equipment, and then just the effort that they put into doing it worked very well. So 27th of August, Tuesday night over here at Cal Stadium. Make sure you come down. Over 2,000 people came last year to the grand final night. So
That's awesome.
So if you want a seat, get there early because they go very, very quickly.
Yeah. Also, the Tall Blacks are now playing against Canada on Tuesday and Wednesday. Those games are on Sky. If you want to watch them, I believe 9:30 p.m.
Yep.
Plus, there's a new weekly shows at Courtside.
Yep.
It's 9 p.m. this Wednesday, but normally it's at 8:30.
Yeah, and Hugh Bagnon, he's going to be the main presenter. I know he said that he's going to look at sort of regional stuff, including high school stuff. So
Oh, cool.
make sure you support it, and then they'll keep showing more
Definitely.
and more stories about basketball.
Really
Maybe
good.
copying some of the stuff we do. I don't know. Let's find out anyway.
Yeah. So you might get to see some highlights on this show, like the ones from Finn Delaney, or Finn Diesel as people have been calling him, in the win against Japan last week. I think he had a really nice dunk on Hachimura,
Yes.
which hopefully that'll be on there because that's some good stuff to look at. So support courtside and the Tall Blacks playing on Sky this week, Tuesday and Wednesday.
Definitely. Glory League game of the week, men's under 23 again at Middleton Grange. North Canterbury Rangiora versus UC Christ. Connor Jenkins had 20 points here, including this 3 off the break. Some nice dribbling move by Josh Book to get him open for it. Caleb Cameron, though, he scored 21 points, none of them from 3. So it's not often that you see someone over 20 points who's a guard not scoring any 3. So he had a very tough finish here. Noah Price, the big man for North Canterbury Rangiora, 15 points, and he did have a couple of trays, but it tends to be the case in these games when they're close. Yep. So 84-82, time running down. You see Josh Book here just hanging around up the top with the ball. It's like, I might as well shoot it now, hit it, gets foul as well. So his team ends up winning. They gave him 23 points, so they won by 1
They won
point.
on a 4-point play?
No, he missed the free throw, but it may have been on purpose so that they couldn't advance the ball.
How many game winners has he had this year?
I know definitely 3, but I think
unbelievable.
they're just the 3 I can remember. So he's super clutch anyway.
Yes, absolutely. Awesome. Hey, so Tuesday and Wednesday, we'll have our first ever mainland primary tournament. We've got 13 year 7 and 8 teams competing. This is a Basketball New Zealand endorsed event. So this is the first time probably that these kids have played some stop clock basketball. So really good to get them out there and getting the shot clocks there. They've got the full rules of the game that they can grow into when they head into high school. So we're expecting this tournament to grow dramatically over the next few years, and hopefully 13 is a good starting point. And let's try and get 20 next year.
Yes, yeah, I think we will pretty late. Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, excellent. Okay, we have our New Zealand under-17 men's and women's team competing in the Oceania Championships this week. We have local players Ashley Strawbridge and Sophie Adams, as well as Max Stoddard, competing in those teams. Mac didn't play in New Zealand's win over Samoa yesterday, 78-37. I believe he has the flu.
Yes.
But hopefully he'll feel better and take the court in the next few days. And Ashley and Sophie both were good contributors in the 95-35 win over Samoa. So they both combined for 13 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists and 6 steals. So some good stats there from our local players. Also this weekend, Helen Matthews will take part in the under-18 3-on-3 tournament in Malaysia with Tom Webley and Joshua Thompson over there with the men. So we've got some good New Zealand representation going on over there. Any New Zealand refs over at Oceania?
Yeah, we do. 2 from Wellington.
Okay,
Callum Welsh and Sam Pan heading over there.
Okay.
So.
Well, they're not from here.
Yeah, so we
don't care. We're not worried about them. But good stuff. Go New Zealand.
Yeah. Also, Mike Coburn, who's managing.
Apologies,
one of the
Mike. Yeah, the men's team.
Yeah, anyway, Segway 3x3.exe Premier, round 7 just wrapped up, and University Canterbury came through right at the end. Gators had a massive run to tie up the game 20 each, and Paul Stevenson, why shoot off 2 feet when you can shoot off 1, hits this 2 to win the game. That sends them definitely to Japan. They've got one more round of competition, but UC will definitely be going there. Lincoln University made it to the semi-final rounds, Gators to the final, so they're the 2 teams that could also join them. UC 21 points, Lincoln 19, and Gators on 16 with the final round.
Last round.
Yep, this Sunday, 11 a.m, Ara Gymnasium, Barbados Street. So will it be Lincoln or will it be Gators joining them? Find out, I guess, yeah.
It's a great opportunity.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, so we're moving on to Plays of the Week. And so this week I have Molly Coburn with the nice drive after the kick out here for North Canterbury Prem. She takes a nice left-handed drive to the hoop and finishes. So good job, Molly.
Yeah, my one here, I've got Noah Price, lovely crossover in the open court, and then Toby Tremlin, who we did feature a while ago of the Megatron catch, may have decided that he shouldn't have actually challenged this dunk attempt. As almost got drop kicked. Well, kind of Noah swung on the rim and just about drop kicked him as he was under there. So I think he'll have to reconsider where he plays defence and against who.
I guess speaking of jumping decisions, this is another one that potentially was as soon as he left the floor probably decided that this was a bad decision, as Dylan Mahon attempts to challenge Barclay Miller at the rim. And
Barclay's got some hops.
Barclay does. I think as soon as Dylan left the floor, he thought, I'm done.
No,
and
do over.
Yeah, put him on his bum, and good finish by Barclay. Nice stuff.
Excellent. All right, well, we'd like to wrap up this episode 16, however you do that, with a great big thanks to Paul Duggan. So Paul is leaving us after working for CBA for the last 5 years. We all here will miss him greatly. What a great boss and an even better man. So thank you, Paul, very much for your work with us. And I think maybe do you have a few words, or are you coming on in?
Come on.
Yeah, before he
How we
does,
go?
we've got to say, like, one of the main things he's done is just the fantastic environment he's
Absolutely.
put together for us here to work. So definitely a lot of fun, and you will be missed, Paul. If
Yeah.
anyone's
Yeah.
looking to employ him, he is available now. So but it's
We're
going to be a
happy to
good
give
job.
references.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Right, how are we going?
What's happening?
I don't know. I'm just going.
Yeah, we don't have enough chairs.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're in.
Paul.
Paul, here we are.
Welcome. Hey, just to all the Canterbury basketball community, thanks for all your support over the last 5 years. I think we've taken the sport a long way, so thank you for all your efforts. It's been much appreciated. Yes, I am looking for a job, so Boys and Blokes Up gives a job was a guy from my youth. If you remember him, anybody out there, that's my position. But hey, it's an exciting time for me and for the sport, and just thank you all. I've really loved every minute of it.
Awesome.
Week 16 in the books. Good job, good effort.
Magnificent job,
my.
magnificent effort.
Stupendous.
Oh.
Stupendous effort.
You need a third one now, mate.
Yeah, good stuff, team. Well done.
2 thumbs down.
Yeah,
It's a half.
that's a wrap.
Yeah.
Good broadcast.